like, what?
Dude, this level can suck my dick.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we're gonna beat this map, San.
I am gonna beat the map, so suck it.
What stage?
I'm in stage
4.
4.
Are you in here?
No.
Fucking pumpkin, dude. So DA. So DA.
Fuck, I'm getting caught in all my wires. Jesus. Alright, I gotta fix my setup.
Yeah,
Where am I gonna put
if
this
you
cable?
beat this, I'll give you fucking like $10. You beat this.
How much? How much will you give me?
Nothing, because
This
I actually don't
cable
have more
through
money.
here.
Wow, lame.
But you're not gonna beat it
Put
anyway.
it over here.
Okay.
Now my bungee's fucking up. Put that. How does that feel? That feels weird. Okay. How about that?
Dude, no fucking way you're being this for me.
Wow,
It's
conceited.
literally hard, so hard, dude.
It's because you're bad.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Wub 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 wub. Fuck yeah. So I got a new screen now. I got the this screen. I think it should work. I hope it works. I got this screen. I think it's pretty sweet. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's awesome. And then I have a new this screen, which is also sweet. I'm also back
I
up.
can't even get down to the other part.
I'm also back on my G100.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
What? I don't care.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, you should have said it instead of bitching out. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Looks good, but you still threw for skins.
Wow, dude, sick.
Totally. If that's what you want to think. Honestly, I don't even know. Rest in peace. That's all I gotta say. Yo, this is my mouse. This is the mouse. This is the LAN mouse right here. So what I used at LAN. I'm just gonna stick to it. Not touching anything else. Ever. The 402 was sweet, but it's too big. Like I can't do it. Why'd you buy a taser first round? You never know. Could come in handy.
On your alt?
No.
Yeah.
Me?
Is that all you got?
No,
Are
not
you
sure.
kidding me?
Nami. Nami.
Hashtag Joe. Ask anything if I cheated on you. Hashtag Joe. I don't get it. What? Respect for taser first round. I was the only one actually buying it. It could come in handy, you know? Like, it's $100, right? Obviously, I'm not going to pull it out over my pistol. But in those situations where you're playing really close, so, like, let's say you have an angle like... God, I don't know. For example, I guess on Inferno. I guess on Inferno is a better buy on it, but on a buy like... On a map like Dust 2, pistol round, any round, it's not really necessary. But on Inferno, it kind of is, the taser. I think the taser's sweet. I think they should leave it in. I think it's awesome. Because, like, you could sit here, and just instead of having your pistol out on an eco, just have your taser out, and just fucking zap the first guy. His boss. If you can get into lower... somehow, sneaking through the smoke, just pull out your taser. Easy frag. Personally, I like it, but forces you to check your corners a little bit more. Clear your corners and whatnot. Spam them, do something. Pre-fire.
You beat the stage yet?
I still think the CZ is a little strong,
No, I left.
but
I was,
Wow,
that
cool.
might change.
friends.
Actually, I think that's going to change soon.
Is that all
The
you
CZ is
got?
going to get
Are you
nerfed a little
kidding
bit.
me?
Be right back.
Ask anything if I...
don't know.
Anything's not here.
Something.
Anything... I don't know where anything is.
Your BD. Or that was actually like AB or BZ.
Rip.
Another 30 bullet spray. You know there's a 13 gram weight in your G100S you can remove to make it lighter? I know. I don't want it lighter. Guys, crouch just fucked me. All mice these days have good sensors. Yeah, exactly. Even the cheap ones. Now you guys gotta realize, like, does this mouse have a good sensor? Does that mouse have a good sensor? Every mouse has a good sensor nowadays. I can't even think of a mouse. Like, I've tried so many mice. I can't think of a mouse that has a shitty sensor. Nowadays, they're all made with good sensors. That's just it. They have to have good sensors. So, when you look for a new mouse to buy, don't ask about sensors. They're all good. Like, honestly. Have I ever tried the SteelSeries Sensei mouse? Yeah, I've used the Sensei. I had the Sensei for years. I used the Sensei for, yeah, probably about a year or so. And a year and a half, maybe. Maybe even 2 years. It was a solid mouse. The only problem about the Sensei is that it might, after using it for so long, I mean, it happened to me after a year later, so it wasn't that bad, but a year later it started to have, like weird malfunction problems. It would turn off on its own. That's the only problem that the Sensei had. Besides that, it was a good mouse. And then, like I said, that happened like a year after. Was the Sensei good on cloth pads? Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
The Sensei was great on anything. I use it on cloth. I always use cloth mouse pads. How's the lift distance on it? The lift distance is fine. You know how sometimes you switch to mice and you go to you switch mice and the lift distance is really bad? I have, like, it felt normal with this one. The G100, it felt perfectly normal. Obviously that depends on what mouse you're using beforehand, but like I went from like the Sensei to the Zowie FK to Zowie FK1 to the Rival, back to the Zowie FK1, and then to this, and all of them felt the exact same. I obviously don't know about Razer, but yeah, lift off distance feels fine. I'm glad I plugged this mouse back in, dude. The G100S is fucking sick. It just feels so much better in my hands comparing to a bigger mouse. It was the same thing when I used the Rival. It was alright, but it's just awkward for me. I'm just a claw grip user, I guess. What mouse am I using? I'm using my G100. The same mouse I was using at ESL 1. I don't think I'm ever gonna change. I think our whole team loves this mouse. It's just a sweet mouse. Honestly, I like the fact that it has no mouse buttons on the side. You could hold it kind of how you like yourself. You know, you don't have any buttons restricting you with how you should hold the mouse. You can just fucking hold it however. You can make up a new form. Instead of claw grip and palm grip, you can make up fucking spider grip. I don't know. I'm just saying stupid shit now. What's the size of the G100S compared to the Sensei? I can show you. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'll try. I'll try to show you. Here's the difference between these two mice. It's gonna be really hard to. I can't go any further than this because of my mouse, but something like that. I don't know if you can see that shit. You probably can't. Look it up on Google. It's really not that much different, actually. Holy shit. I didn't even notice. Sensei's a little longer. Same exact length. The hump or whatever on it is the same exact length. But it's a little longer, the Sensei. I can't actually show you it. It's too hard. I'm sorry. Is it better than the Sensei? Mice are preference, man. Honestly, the more I use the G100S, the more I like it. Like, if you see my land performance, I think my land performance is alright. So, I'm judging this mouse based off that. If I can compete at a high level, whatever. Because I was using the 402, and I was doing alright with it too. I mean, it's not like I was bad with it. But I'm just like, whatever. I'll just stick to what I was using before and what I was ripping with. So, I'm just going to continue using this mouse. G100. Your land performance wasn't alright, it was nuts. Nah. Everyone was going crazy over it.
Are you kidding me?
And it really wasn't nuts. The only reason it might have seemed nuts is because it was like my first international LAN and I was doing good. I wasn't doing nuts, I was just doing good. You know? In my eyes, it wasn't nuts. It wasn't a bad performance. It was a good performance. But it wasn't an amazing performance. Trust me, you'll see an amazing performance soon enough. That was not amazing. I could have done way better than what I did, in my opinion. I don't think that's the best I'll do at any LAN. But it's a good start, I think. You know what I mean? It's not carrying if you lose, exactly. That's exactly it. It's not carrying if you lose. I really wasn't carrying my team. Everyone said I was carrying. I really wasn't. Not at all. Not at all. Oh. If you guys had practiced Cobble more, do you think you would have beaten Nip? Maybe? The thing is, it should have never gotten to Cobble. That Nip best of 3, it should have never gotten Cobble. Honestly. We fucked up on D2, and it just cost us the best of 3. We should have been able to beat them right then and there on D2, but we couldn't do it. So it's whatever. It happens. Our plan was to beat them in 2 maps and not play a custom. So we were hoping to beat them in the first 2. After we beat Nuke, we're like, shit, we can do this, and maybe we got overconfident. I don't know. I don't know what actually went wrong on D2. Like I said, I had to watch the demos, and I haven't done that. I'm gonna download the demo soon and watch it and see what's going on, see what we did wrong, see what I did wrong, stuff like that. I killed him twice. How did your face look during Hiko's 181 tap on Get Right? Well, if you were watching, I think the cam was up. If the cam wasn't up, my facial expression was hilarious. I don't know if the cam was up. I didn't watch it. But you can see it if it was. I just had the... I was speechless. I didn't know what to, like, do. I just had that giant O face. Best way of explaining it. Am I gonna play matchmaking or just DM? I probably will matchmake, yeah. I'm just chilling. I like to DM a lot. I mean, sure, it might not be pleasing to watch, but I like to do it. I think it's crucial, especially since I just plugged in this mouse. I'm getting it back. Nothing. Why?
Like,
Want an MM?
So like,
I'm DMing.
well, like, oops, I just restarted the song. I'm doing a giveaway right now, but I don't know. I might play after. We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe they're gonna play right.
By the way,
I'll let you know.
anything wanted.
Wait, anything? What?
Joe said, "Ask anything if I cheated on you."
Absolutely not. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'll be back.
I missed a donation, didn't I? I noticed that you spray a lot easier with that mouse, but how's your one tap? On the G100? To ever matchmake alone? That's the worst thing to do. Dude, I can't see into that pit, man. That's way too far. I can't see that shit. So many people to shoot. Wub 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 wub. Hey Tim. Lessons blocks. Do I have you added on friends list? I don't think I do. Thank you for the $10. Speaking of which, do you think you know how much you've donated to me, Tim? Total amount? Because I have this list, right? That's the wrong bind. This list over here. I have this list on the right here. And it says your name's up there somewhere. But I know the number's wrong, because obviously you donated more. Do you know what it is? Or am I gonna need to double check? Opinion on Lunatic. That game, they gave us the D, man. We played poorly, we couldn't adjust. Honestly,
Are you kidding me?
we were mentally out of it once we were like 7-0, I think. Once Semphis got one-tapped by Shazam through a smoke with an AK while he was crossing, after that, it just got worse. We're mentally out of it, is all. We didn't adjust. We deserve to lose after like what we did, sure, but it happens, man. What can you do?
Is that all you got? Are you kidding me?
Explain that? What do you mean? That's literally one of the best things you could do. You lose pistol round, you have $1,700. First thing you do is buy a scout. You should never think twice about that. Someone saying that counts as throwing. No, that's literally the best thing you could do if you have $1,700 after losing pistol, especially on D2. That was definitely the right play. I gave it to Sean, he bought armor, perfect, golden. When I play a lot of deathmatch, I feel like I get worse at playing matchmaking. Any advice? Oh, Joe said Chad just lied to you. Sorry, I missed that, by the way. You get worse at matchmaking after DMing for a lot. Maybe it's because... Like, what are you doing? You have to figure out what you're doing wrong. Honestly, a good way to see... If you feel like you're underperforming, obviously you feel like you should do better than how you are, like how you're playing, rewatch those demos and see what you're doing wrong. It could be the littlest thing that's making you underperform. The tiniest thing. You could be doing something too early, you could be doing something a little too late. You just gotta watch your own demos and kind of figure out what's going on. That's a good way of telling if you're getting outshot or if you're just getting outplayed. Good way to tell what's happening when you watch the demo. I would say do something like that and figure out what your problem is. If you're still getting outshot, then DM some more. But sometimes it's not that you're getting outshot. After ESL 1, do you think your drive as a player has grown?
Is that all you got?
Do you have real
kidding me?
aspirations to be the best?
Is that all you got? Are you kidding me?
Chorbs, $5. Hi. How you doing, Chorbs? Thank you for the $5. Lessons blocks. Alright, man. I got you.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know there's a wait. I know I can make it later. I don't know if I want to, though. If I get more than one G100S, which I probably will, they'll probably send me some more. I'll take the weight out of one and try both and figure out which one I like more. But yeah, that's about it. For now, I only have one. I don't want to take the weight out because I could fuck it up. I know that happened to Spencer, I think. Spencer fucked it up. Or somebody fucked it up. I don't know who. I don't know if it was Spencer. I don't know. I think maybe it was Corey? I don't know. Someone did. They're going to be mad at me. They're going to be like, it wasn't me, man. It was him. Alright, Tim, I added you. Oh, I didn't answer that guy's question. Saying after ESL 1, do you have aspirations to be the best? Definitely. After playing in ESL 1 motivated me to play even harder. Do even better. What time is it there? 1:20. 1:21 a.m. I just said 1:20. When does the G402 Hyperion Fury come out? I don't know, actually. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I know there's a date somewhere. Someone said it once. Oh, those guys got fucked. I was trying to spray that guy from so far away. I always do that.
Is that all you got? Are you kidding me?
Thank you for the $5, Jorf. Stop one-upping me. Oh! And about them lying to you? I don't know what you mean. What do you mean them lying to me? That guy's peak just fucked with my head. I hate that. You shoot, they hide. You shoot, they hide. And they have it just perfectly. That lucky timing, though. When will the C9 CSGO team have a gaming house? Probably never. And if there is going to be one, it would be in Europe. Because it's pointless to have one in NA. So don't expect to see a gaming house. And if you do, it'll be in Sweden. Which, I would be perfectly down with that. I think we talked about that a little bit. Just the team. Obviously, we didn't bring it up to anybody else, but I think we talked about it. Like, wouldn't it be cool if this?
Is that all you got? Are you kidding me?
It depends on what situation you're in when you're crouching. If you're in a 2v1 experience and there's two people, you see two people on your screen, you don't really want to crouch and then try to kill them both. But if you see one person, so you peek a corner, that's fine. So like if you fly around this corner and you see the guy, stop killing me. If you fly around this corner and you see a guy there and it's one guy, sure, crouching's fine. But if you see two, you might want to shoot one while kind of strafing to dodge some bullets, if that makes sense. You don't want to be a turret, because then you're traded easily against two people. But one person, crouching is fine. It's really good to do this, by the way.
Are you kidding me?
A lot more people should do that when spraying. If you ever see one person and just crouching up and down while spraying, one of the best things you could do, especially to a higher level player, because you're just the higher level players are like up down up down up down. They don't know what to shoot because you keep moving. M4A4 or M4A1? The A4. More bullets. Spam through smoke. About it. Oh, he crouched. According to Hiko. SLK, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what happened.
Is that all you got? Are you kidding me?
Thank you, Vexen, for the donation and whatnot. I appreciate it. I hope that answered your question. I mean, it's hard to answer some of those questions, you know. Like all that stuff is different in a more experienced player's eyes, right? It's hard to explain. It just kind of comes naturally to them. It's same when people ask me to how to spray. They're like, "How do you spray so well?" You can't teach someone that. It's all just natural. The only thing I could kind of teach them is tell them to spray at a wall and try to figure out the pattern. That's it. For the most part, most of this game is just practice, 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 practice. The amount of hours I put into this game is unreal. The start of CSGO, I played so much.
Is that all you got?
From the start to the beginning, and just rising up from open to main to invite to now C9. I put in a lot of effort, and definitely paid off. Ran. Who knows, man? Who knows? So, Mike, you're telling me Fatality was right all along? I just practice, practice, practice? Yes. Adren has some good YouTube videos on AK and spraying and more. That's true. Adren has a lot of YouTube videos like that. I feel like I'm like the worst person for that stuff. That's kind of why I stopped doing lessons, because I don't feel like I was bad at it. I definitely helped people, but I just feel like there's way better teachers out there for CSGO. A good example is Jordan. Nothing, if you don't know his name. His lessons are amazing. Every time I talk to him about how he gives lessons, I don't even know how, like, it's stuff that I wouldn't even think about. Thank you. No, I'm using the G100. Could have sworn that was a headshot. Bup, 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 bup. Shouldn't I be doing short bursts with the AK while strafing? Yeah. I just tried to hit that guy when he was in midair. How do you support your team when one player is underperforming? Do you revise strats? What? Do you revise strats when that happens? No. Definitely not. That would only make the person underperforming feel worse. Honestly. If you're holding long and you can't hold it, if someone on your team says, "Let me play long, you go here," that's the worst feeling ever. You have, like, when you're underperforming, you have to personally do something about it. If someone on your team does it, that's bad. Someone on your team should never do that. That's just really bad. That might get in your head. But when you're underperforming, you have to realize that you're underperforming and do something about it yourself. Oh, I ran out of bullets. Do I use a USB sound card with my headset? No, I do not. I don't, because you don't really need to. And I have a sound card, so it sounds better without it. Using it through my sound card is better. Sounds nicer. Who did you look up to and get better when you were learning and playing? What the fuck? Sorry, the chat was moving quickly. Who did you look up to get better when you were learning and playing earlier in your career? Well, I wasn't really looking up to anyone. I was definitely motivated by specific people. But I didn't really look up to anybody. I was really motivated. Like, I wasn't really motivated. It's hard to explain. I don't know how to answer that. I was kind of motivated by how fast the scene was growing, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I noticed how fast the scene was growing, and I noticed all these teams playing in them and the events getting bigger, and I was like, that just pumped me up to play the game even more, you know? But I didn't really look up to anybody. Are you going to do something else? I was waiting for somebody to finish their stupid giveaway on their stream so I could matchmake with them.